Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Crow here, back with my last video that I will ever be doing on this channel. Well, I guess for the next 2 years at least. So, like I promised, we have the space cam. Sorry if it's like a little off or the quality's bad or something like this. This is my little brother's laptop that I'm using to record it, because I don't have an actual webcam on my computer. My computer is actually right there, which I'm going to be playing on, and I am recording that at the same time, so yeah, we're good. I don't know how this is going to work out. I'm pretty sure that I should just record on this and then show what I'm doing on this, so yeah. Anyway, here we go. So yeah, this is me. My name is John, and which is based off of my character right here, John Starcatcher, which you guys obviously can't see on this, but you'll be able to see on this. So it's I'm recording on 2 different computers at once, recording my, like I say, recording my face on this and recording my myself on this. So yeah, that's how it's working out. Sorry that I didn't get to do this earlier, but you know, you guys deserve it. Even though I didn't get 1,000 subs, I got close. Got like 100, almost 120 away. But you know, John Starcatcher, there's not much like to say about him. He's not all that you know, like well you know, put out or planned out, I guess. You know, it was my first character. Take off kind of all the clothes here. A lot of my friends, admittingly, helped me get a lot of this gear. I gave myself the Life Mastery. We earned the Death Mastery from Waterworks. The Court of Judgment. We have the Senator's Stately Toga, which is the level 70 Senator's gear. Which honestly is not that good, but you know, it works like this. Because we haven't been able to get the Waterworks gear. And then we have the Boosted Judgment, which is cool. Waterworks robe, sorry. And then the Silvers of Perfect Poise. A lot of this I really want to have. Like, when I left this account, originally he was like only like level 45. And then one of my friends kind of helped me level him up, so he kind of got all this stuff for me. So admittingly, I didn't do a whole lot of the work. However, I did tell him which training points to get what. Pretty much he's the same as Alex Crow. I haven't gotten Death Up to Fame yet. That's just because I haven't like done anything on him. You know, he has all this stuff, all this great stuff. Doesn't have Primordial or Potent yet, but he'll get that. Well, I guess he really won't get it, but we can hope for the best. He got this, I think, from the Lore Master. Did get Storm Shield. It's a good spell to have. We'll just put on our normal gear again. But you know, there's not much to say about him. You know, at first I liked black and blue. Like when I first started the game, I really liked the colors black and blue, and so that's why I did these black and blue. You know, it doesn't look like completely stupid either. This pet isn't mega, but it's a really good pet. Again, it's a pet that one of my friends helped me get, so I thank you to him. His name is Blake Spiritblood. He doesn't really play anymore. He gave the account back to me, and you know, ever since then, I don't know. I haven't been on him much. Haven't done as much as I could with him, but you know, I've told you guys the story. You know, my dad was smarter with money than I was, and I made Alex Crow, you know, in place of John Starcatcher. What was it? I was gonna use this sword. I'm not sure what was this disable. It shouldn't be that low. Oh, maybe it's like, I think it's glitchy. Sorry about that. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. 34. It'd be 42 if I had the Waterworks robe, and the damage would be quite a bit higher. As you can see, it's only 16 on the Senator's Stately Toga. It'd be like it's like 21, I think, so it'd be 5%, so 67%. That's pretty good. And 42 resist. Block and crit are okay for this level. Don't really need that all that much. You know, obviously it doesn't have the best stats. There's not many other characters on this level. You know, I've created and deleted and stuff like that. My second character that I actually ever made was a guy named Flint Icewalker, who was pretty awesome. He was an ice wizard, so that's why I made Alex Winterflame kind of in tribute to him, and that's what he looked like, except he had fire trained as a secondary. And then after that I made another balance wizard named Warren, so you know, it's just delete, make, delete. But the main characters now on this account are John Starcatcher and Kyle Frost. I modeled Alex Crow actually after Kyle Frost because I hadn't made Alex Crow yet. This guy is also a warlord, he's ice. So ice and balance, those have always been like my schools. I used to have a really cool house, but then, you know, I had gotten rid of it, put all the stuff in my attic. I have some pretty good stuff. That message right there, sad but true. Muted for 10 years. It's a true, sad and true fact. Man, one of my best friends gave this to me. His name was Samuel. I forgot his last name, like Goldenblood or something. I don't know, something like that. Was it Goldenblood? No, it wasn't Goldenblood. It was Samuel Titan. Titan Blood. I don't know, something like that. But Samuel, he gave this mount to me. Really awesome guy. Has been my friend for a long time, but he doesn't play anymore. But I can still consider him one of my friends because he does get on occasionally, but that's like once every like 6 months. You know, kind of like Rashid and Ed that I was talking about. Actually, Ed is alright. Yeah, no, never mind. He was. Tanner's also a really good friend. He was one of Blake's friends. Yeah, his rank. Oh, it's not showing it, but he's like 2,000 rank. He's on the leaderboards. But there's I don't know. Sorry. This is once again. This is one cut, so it's just a if I mumble or stutter or whatever. That's that's just because it's one cut. So let's kind of talk about. I kind of want to talk about something that has been on a lot of people's minds. Before I leave, just kind of leave you guys with one last piece of advice. A lot of people have had concern about the Dark Morning Gear, how it's affected PvP, what schools are like more overpowered than others, etc., etc. The schools that I have the hardest time with at the current moment, balance in life, mostly. Death is pretty tough, but I haven't had a hard time with them as like balance in life. Obviously, because they get some of the best spells, plus they can critical on their heals, and they have amazing heals, especially life. Life has a lot of advantage, so does balance. They all have these advantages, but really I want to tell you guys that this game really is balanced, more balanced than you guys think. Okay, sure, Ice did get, you know, less damage and critical and stuff like that than all the other schools with their Darkmoor gear, but they did get more resist. Now you guys may say, oh, resist doesn't really matter. If you put on a shield, resist really does matter. I can tell you that from experience. Me and Chris went into a 2v2. It was a few weeks ago, and we went versus this double ice team who went Storm Immune, and Chris was the only hitter. I was actually going Jade on my balance, and I really wouldn't suggest doing that. Jade on balance is not very good, unless you're just like a plus team or something like that. But Jade and PvP balance, don't do it. It's not that great. So they started, spamming shields, both Storm and Myth shield, so I couldn't convert. Even Shrike wouldn't help all that much. Even with my great amount of Piercy, Chris has like almost 30 Pierce with, you know, Shrike and Treasure Card Infal. We're talking 80, 120% Pierce. Even with all of that, just because they put up a shield, a 70% shield, basically that only takes them down like to, you know, or that takes them down like what, 40 or 50% resist. But if they have like 120 resist, then that's still 70% resist. So resist really does matter, and it can get you some places if you're smart about it. Especially Ice's new resist, because with a double resist pet, they can get around like 60 resist, still with like 80 damage, which is really amazing. And they can still get like some decent Pierce and other things like that. Yeah, so like honestly, just you have to be smart about it. Storm, you got low health, but man, there's too many Storms to complain about PvP. Storm PvP, especially 1v1, is a little hard for Storms because they have lower health and stuff like that. But if you play it, once again, if you play it smart, you know, you're gonna do well. Especially if you take advantage of spells like Kraken and Storm Bats. I know a lot of Storms that don't use those spells as much as they should. Wild Bolt's great, but it's all chance. Why wouldn't you just Bats in the place of Wild Bolt and get like a 500 hit off every single time instead of just getting like a, you know, a chance of getting like a, you know, 20 hit off? I don't even know. You know, that's basically how it goes. Storm Bats is really amazing. If no shield with the right Pierce and because of Storm's damage, Storm Bats does like 1,000 base. Plus like Storm Shark and Kraken with Storm's new damage and stuff like that can do around like 2,000 base damage, which is incredible. So yeah, honestly, if you're a Storm, just take advantage of all of your spells. Just kind of look at what you have and you know, look at what you can do with those. You know, Life, of course, self-explanatory. The new spell is incredibly overpowered. It's you know, I don't know, not many words to explain it. It's, you know, the 800 Absorb is just a lot because that takes a spell that does 1,000 damage and, you know, puts down to 200 damage. I mean, it's just amazing. Especially like it affects my War Master so much. And then like, of course, you can critical your heals, and even like Availing Hands. You know, you may say, yeah, balance critical Availing Hands. Well, yeah, but you have Satyr, and Satyr, like with even the heal boost now, it's not that great, but a critical Satyr still does around 2,400, and that's a boost heal, whereas Availing Hands is an overtime. So I guess it's situational, but most of the time the boost heal is a lot better, because if you're down to like 200 health and all of a sudden you get a critical Satyr off, well, that's, you know, that's, you're back up to like almost 3,000 health. So yeah, I mean, you know, that's how that goes. Talking about Ice again, incorporate Ice, Death, and Fire. You guys have the most powerful overtimes in the game. You know, Ice has Frostbite. That's an amazing overtime. You know, debatably you may say it's weak. I've seen Ice just do some incredible damage, especially with the new damage nowadays. With Frostbite, it's not a weak spell. And then Death has Poison, which they can spam. Skeletal Dragon. Fire has has like things like Heckhound. That's something that Fires don't use a whole lot anymore, which I don't know why, because Heckhound is incredible. You know, just like I've calculated it out, like 8 pips or something like that. You know, just like 4 power pips. That's like 2 rounds. You just put up like, you don't even know. Excuse me, you don't even have to have a blade. And without any critical, just with like the damage, base damage nowadays, it makes it do about 1,000 a round. If you critical, you could do like 2,000 a round. I mean, it's incredible. The power of Heckhound is incredible. It's the most, it's the most powerful per pip spell in terms of hit power. And it does incredible damage, and you can follow it up. You know, just a couple of rounds or something. Follow that up. You know, there's a bunch of combos you can do, like Gaze of Fate with Fire spam, where you can do, you know, the combos I've seen. King Artorias, you know, stun and then Gaze of Fate. You have to save all your pips for that, though. That's dangerous for being against balance. But at the same time, you know, it still works. So, you know, just don't complain, you know. I mean, and then Death, you can put up a Doom and Gloom and then still get all your health back. I mean, you know, if you use your spells right. I know I was watching a PvP of Blues that he uploaded very recently, a few days ago, and he used Kalakulu, and it did like 1400 damage without any blades or anything like that, just his base pierce, which isn't much. So like literally with his damage, if you have even like higher pierce, if you use the Dark Maul wand and stuff like that, then we're talking like 2000 damage just right off. So you're getting 1000 health back. That's amazing. It's like a satyr. At the same time doing damage. And you can put up a Doom that still does the same heal and the same damage. So honestly, as a Death, I wouldn't complain too much either, especially since you also have an amazing ability to blade stack, just like Ice does. Ice, Life, and Death, probably the best blade stacking schools because they have the most powerful blades. With Sharpen, your blades do 50%. It's amazing. I wish as a balance we had that. We don't have that luxury, but that's where it balances out. Now you guys may say, okay, well, Gaze of Fate, Lore Master, so OP. Okay, yeah, but that's something good that Balance has actually gotten, you know, for a long time. I mean, Mana Burn, okay, Mana Burn's a good spell. You can't enchant it though. You know, Mana Burn's just another one of those spells. You know, should I be complaining every time a Storm criticals a Healing Current and gets like 3000 health back? No. Should you complain as an Ice, you know, blade stacking out, then all of a sudden, you know, Storm Enfeebles or Myth Earthquakes or, you know, something like that happens, or if you're balanced and you critical and Availing Hands and an Ice steals your heal, well, you know, that's another thing. You know, there's all these advantages, and especially like I mentioned, a lot of those Avalon spells. Those spells are amazing. You guys need to use those to your advantages. Myth has been kind of crapped on for a long time, I'll admit that. But at the same time, like I say, with the right setup, if you use like the setup that my Balance uses, that, you know, Alex Crow has, like the triple damage proven fairy, full Darkmoor gear, etc., then like you're having over 100% damage. And Ninja Pigs, you know, you have the Zero Pit minion, you have the Golem Construct, or whatever it's called. I don't know, it's the same idea. Wooden Puppet, or Living Puppet, isn't that what it's called? It's a Zero Pip spell that takes off pretty much any shield, especially tower shields. It hits every single round. You know, I mean, there's just all these advantages and disadvantages that each school has. KingsIsle has done a good job, and like I say, if you're smart about it, the pierce doesn't matter. You can counteract all these kind of things, but then also people with high resist, you can also counteract that. You know, that's what KingsIsle set up this game to do. You know, and critical doesn't really matter anymore. I mean, my Balance, like I say, has like 280 critical. It's not much, but it blocks enough. It's like 50%, so it blocks about half the time. You know, which is enough. I was watching some old Team Perfect Catch videos, and even back then, like when the Waterworks gear first came out, people didn't block a whole lot. People were crit on all the time, and so it's not something like different. Anyway, well, that's kind of me babbling on. That's my last piece of advice I'm going to leave you guys. Well, one of the last pieces. I'm just going to tell you guys that, you know, once again, my message to you is that you can do anything you set your mind to, you know, not just in Wizard 101, but in life. If you can pull it off in this game, you can sure pull it off in life. I mean, I don't know, it's just, whatever. That's what I was trying to show you guys when you know, I was recording is to show you guys my progression. That's why I did so many commentary updates on my gear and stuff like that, is because I wanted to show you guys, share with you guys my experience and you know, what I did. That's why I did a few solo videos, some PvP videos, didn't do a whole lot of, you know, whatever, but I did it because I wanted to show you guys my progression, show you, you know, to help you guys understand what you can do, you know, your limits, you know, realize what, you know, what your school can and can't do, etc., etc. And that's, I don't know, that's kind of just my last message with you guys, and I guess this is really my last video, and I'm kind of relieved to be quitting Wizard 101 after all this time. It's been 5 years, almost exactly 5 years. I've been running around comments here now for like 20 minutes, that's fun. John Starcatcher, my first character ever, will always be, you know, just amazing. I'll always, you know, have him, even though he's muted. He'll always be here, and you know, to remind me of the old days of my experience on this game. And yeah, I guess that's it for now. I will, well, I guess I'll miss you guys. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for being patient with me, and for watching my videos, for supporting me. Thank you so much. And yeah, that's it. See you guys later. This is The Crow, signing off.